All right, welcome. Hopefully, we have a bigger crowd online than we do here. But thank you for showing up again. We're gonna have to give you a badge for most, most support. Welcome to our second mascot town hall, where we are going to continue to get through this list and whittle it down and get closer to a selection. I am Carly Johnstone, principal of Claremont High School. And are you good if I just introduce all of you real quick? So, over here to my right, we have community member Emily Cottrell. We have teacher Jennifer Dossett, student Charlotte, student Capri. To my left, district representative Alicia Elzine, athletic director Alfie Novak. We have community member Ross McLaughlin, and we have Area A Superintendent Maria Gomez. So thank you for being here. And Alicia, do you want to cover these just super quick?
All right, so here are our town hall meeting norms, new for one, maybe online for some. So first, honoring the decision made by this California state legislator and supported by the San Diego Unified School District. Um, so we're going to be open-minded to suggestions and the decision process, be present in order to honor the norms and process to work together to commit to a mascot that will positively represent Claremont High School now and for future generations. Use respectful language. Vulgar or profane language will not be tolerated. One person speaks at a time. Um, share your thoughts. Make sure you share your name if you are sharing, and we'll have this microphone kind of for our folks in the audience. Yeah. Let's see. Meetings are live streamed. They're recording and or taking photos of the meetings via personal devices is not allowed. Everything is streamed and posted, so that is that. Please be respectful of other voices and be present once again. Please take side or phone conversations outside. And finally, the responsibility of the mascot selection process will be that of the Claremont High School mascot naming committee. This lovely folks up here, with input from town hall meetings. So please refrain from engaging with others not participating in the process, um, meaning, if this is the panel that is deciding, there are no other deciding people on this, so don't go to other people. And the town hall is where you present your voices and your opinions. Thank you for joining us. And so yeah, please do not bring your voice and opinions to those outside of the committee and the town hall meetings. So thank you for joining us, town hall folks. Now we have plural. We're just running over like the values and norms and stuff. Okay, so here are the values that we want to put forth when choosing the mascot name. So it must positively represent the entire student body now and in years to come. It should not be tied to anything harmful or disrespectful toward people or communities, whether based on any possible nicknames or physical iterations or images. Must follow these standards. So culture, ethnicity, gender, history, race, religion, and social group identity. It cannot repeat a current mascot of a high school within San Diego Unified School District or a Claremont cluster. So, like, even if it's an elementary school in the Claremont cluster, it can't be used. We're going to try to avoid repeating any current mascots being used by high schools within San Diego County and outward. Must work with the school's colors of orange and black and, orange and blue. Yep. Sorry, orange and blue. And it does not need to be an alliteration. So it does not have to have the same sound, Claremont, hard C. So, all right, so here is the process. All submitted suggestions have been added to a suggestion list. That is closed. We are just going through the 100 names that we had. The committee will go through each suggestion and deliberate whether the suggestion should be moved to the next round or eliminated. Majority vote of the present committee will decide, eliminate, or move to the next round, or if we need more time, it'll be researched. Community input and feedback will be considered during the deliberation process. Comments will be added to our suggested list document, and community comments may be limited due to time, but y'all did great last time. If the list is down to 2 to 3 final suggestions without a clear front runner, the naming committee will decide whether to open up the mascot finalists to input from the Claremont High School students and staff. And then the final selection will be made by or before, hopefully, January 20th, 2026 Town Hall and submitted to the Santa Unified School District Board for final approval.
Also, we have the webpage, which is shared in the swag. It's also connected to our school site's webpage. And on the webpage at the bottom, I've linked our notes and then these meeting norms and values. And in the link for the notes, it has all the suggestions that were submitted. We are starting today on number 39. And so if you want to go on there and see them all, you can. So just a side note there. All right. So getting to Miss Dossett, we're starting at Crusaders, correct? Yeah, that's where I got to get to here first. And then, oh my goodness, where is it? Here's- All right. So my panel, my committee members, you are going to go to, again, it's join. It's going to pop up here in a minute. Join PD. And this is for our committee members only. So no one else, just the committee members. So it doesn't mess up our voting. So if you go to joinpd.com, and yep, this is the code DUSCGX. All right. Anybody else still working to get in, or was it just me? Oh, that's right. There are only 8 of us here, right? Because Sabrina's not here. 1, 2, another 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 9. Okay. Yep, we're all good. Okay. And again, thank you to Ms. Dossett for being our note taker. So just to clarify, based on that list, we are on Crusaders, correct? Okay, and so Crusaders was submitted, so we wanted to honor the fact that it was submitted, but this is one that is not going to work for various reasons, historical context and whatnot. So given that, we can still, are we voting on it or just moving forward? Just moving forward? Okay, we can hit it. All right. Everybody remember how to use the Pear Deck? We're good? And I know for you, you're not here, but I know you know Pear Deck. All right. So there are our responses. And so we are now, so that's a no for Crusaders. And we are moving on to the next one, the Crush. The Claremont Crush. Any discussion?
It works with the No, it's not a requirement. Oh. It works with the C sound, which is not a requirement, but a lot of people like that. The colors work because it's orange or blue crush.
Mhm.
You can. There's a mascot for Syracuse, which is literally orange and blue. It when you look at it, it works. It's a giant ball of orange, basically. With I mean, I actually I ran it through an AI and it came up with some pretty good
Cool.
mascots. I just like this one. I don't know.
And just a reminder, we're just seeing if we want to, consider it for future. So we like it enough to move it forward or not. Any other thoughts on the crush from anybody? Well, and you can submit your vote. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
I'll say a few. I think it works with the colors, like Ross said, and the alliteration, Claremont Crush. I'd like to. I'm gonna say yes, move forward, just because I would like to know and maybe do a little more research.
See
on
what it could look like.
Yeah, what that mascot could look like, and whether it could be an animal or it could be whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
What does that mean? Did mine not go through? All right. Oh, just by a hair. So yes, we are moving that one on. So we have 5 yes and 4 no. So we will move. The crush will live to see or hear another discussion. Okay, on to the next one, the currents. The Claremont currents. This is one that I like. I know, Alfie, you and I have had debate over what it might look like. But again, that idea that maybe we could do some iterations. I like because I like it's connected to the ocean, our ocean kind of theme. But that's just my opinion. Anybody else want to share?
testing. Yeah, I think the same thing. Like, just what is the mascot going to look like? What's the
Well, we talked about we could have a mascot named Rip.
Rip Current,
Uh
Rip Current.
huh.
Well, what is that going to look like on the
clever.
sideline? And what's the mascot that's going to go on all the uniforms and everything like that? So, yeah, I'm for it. I would just like to figure out what that would be.
Right, we'd have to look into it a little bit more. We're still waiting for, unless it's mine that's not going through. We're still waiting for one response.
I like this one kind of in comparison to the last one. Like they both have that hard C,
Mhm.
but this is like a little bit more tangible than like a crush. I'm not really sure what a crush is.
Hmm.
But that's just like my thought.
Oh, I wasn't even
Oh,
thinking of that.
because that like in my head first when he said orange and blue, I was like soda, and then he showed that picture, and I was like, okay, rock. And like I went to a school with kind of like an ambiguous mascot, and like from a student experience, it's like
Kind of hard.
yeah, like putting a comment with a K on something was like odd. So like I don't know
Yeah.
how to crush it.
All right, so we have 4 for yes and 4 for I would like more time. So to me, that's a majority that would like to consider it for the next round. Yes, are we in agreement? Okay, so the currents will stay on our list. Up next, we have the Clydesdales. Right, that would be a major investment for a mascot. The Clydesdales. I mean, they are lovely on the Budweiser ads. That's what I think about. Any welcome, Sabrina. We got to figure out what how do we? Oh, there it is. Yes. So go to jointv.com. So go to jointv.com on your thing, and then you type in that little. All right, Clydesdales. We have 9 in, and we are a no on the Clydesdales. So thank you for the suggestion. We are moving on, and it's right here. It's up here. Right above you. DUSCGX. Next is the Eagles. My first thought because I grew up in East County, is Granite Hills is the Eagles. We do play Granite in some things, and what else? And Olympian are the Eagles as well. So that's kind of a repeat.
Also Taft Middle School. I know it's not part of the Claremont cluster, but it is in.
But it's a fairly common. Um, the Eagle was we had aviators which got pushed to the next round, and I know one of the iterations of that mascot actually had an eagle as the aviator, which was kind of a cool way to incorporate it but not be the Eagles.
The most popular eagle is the bald eagle. So something they could say is like, we're bald.
Well, some of us are.
That's his favorite insult.
Oh, that's funny. All right, so are we moving this on to the next round? We're still waiting for one. I can never. Okay. One response. There we go. And so Eagles, we have a majority no. So majority no. So we will be moving forward without the Eagles. The next. Oh, Ross, I know this is near and dear to your heart. The Fighting Owls, and a submission for Owls was on there too. So I just combined them. Do we want to separate them? Or, okay.
They could be all one.
Huh?
They could be one.
Okay. Do you want to speak to that, Ross?
I personally like this one a lot. I did a lot of artwork for it. The colors work real well. There is one negative drawback. I'm not going to mention it, but there are only 80 something Eagles or for high school or college in the United States for mascots.
For Eagles or Owls?
Sorry, for owls.
Okay.
For owls. Eagles is like 800 something.
Right.
But there's none in California for colleges. I think there's one in like Northern California for high schools,
Mm-hmm.
but nothing in Southern California. It works real well with Tecolote Canyon right there. It kind of, and I don't think it's. I think it's the 81st most popular mascot in the United States. So it's in the top 100. And so it's like if 81 other schools came up with it and said, "Hey, this isn't a problem," with that other slight connotation.
So everyone's aware. I've had several people come to me concerned that the female teams would be called the Hooters. Uh-huh. So if we were the Owls, that we would be the Hooters, which is, and that might not be a concern in other areas where those aren't popular. But yeah, so that's the red flag that's been raised.
You add fighting in front of it, and it kind of stops that, though,
The
right?
Fighting Hooters. No. And all right, so let's see. We're waiting. Whoops, sorry, that's me. I didn't submit. Okay, let's see where we are with the Owls or Fighting Owls. And no, I'm sorry, Ross. I know that you were really connected to that, and I'm not saying it was a bad idea. We just have some, some nicknames to consider. Speaking of which, here we go to the Gamecocks. Can you even say it without laughing? That's the thing. Like, I don't know that I could say that without chuckling. Right? Yeah. All right. It looks like all votes are in, so we can go with we are a majority no on the Gamecocks. Next are the Gators. I know that obviously Florida has the Gators, and I believe they're orange and blue, aren't they? So, which is great for Florida. Yeah. Makes sense for Florida. Fortunately, I've not seen any recently. Oh, whoops, sorry. I'm the one who's lagging. All right. So for the Gators, there's a no. And so no for Gators. Moving on. the, the Gophers. I mean, I can say that we have them. Yes. Right. Any comments on the Gophers while we're waiting for a couple more responses? I know, right? They're pests. Yes. They are cute, but yes, the right, exactly, exactly. Yep. So we have a no for the Gophers. No for the Gophers. Moving on, the Guardians. Any thoughts on the Guardians? It could be. it, it, it could be. Yeah. There you
They
go.
are the
That's-
guardians
see?
of the night.
You might be able to get it in there. You might still be able to get it in there. I think Guardians of the Galaxy, but we could be Guardians of. Well, yes, yes, yeah. I, I think. Yeah. Okay. Wait. See. Oh, this is interesting. All right, so we have one yes, five I need more time to consider, and four no. So that's a majority moving it forward for now. So leaving it on the list for now.
I think that's kind of one of those ambiguous ones where you can make it kind of what you want. Like,
Right.
Yeah, you be the Guardians, but
Yeah.
then you could be a different, like Fullerton or the Titans.
Right.
Fullerton High School is the Titans, and their mascot is an elephant.
Right, which is odd
So,
to me, but
Like you could do almost whatever you wanted with it.
and to keep in mind, we're going through 100 of these. So once we get our shorter list and we have things to compare them to, and remember exactly all the ones that from time before, it'll make it more clear, I think, whether this one's going to stand the test of time or not. All right, the next, the goals. The Claremont goals.
Whenever I hear see like holes, Finding Nemo.
Mine. Is what on the list? Parrot? Oh, no, actually, I don't believe Parrot is on the list. Is Parrot on the list? It is not. Oh, that's because it was a redo. I didn't know whether we wanted to. We're still waiting. Is this mine? We're still waiting for one. Oh, okay. There we go. All right, goals. We are going to say goodbye to the goals. On to the next one. The the hummingbirds. Oh, so sweet. This would be a really cute mascot for an elementary school. Do you have any elementaries looking for a new mascot? That would be a good one. We're still waiting. Is that mine for one? Okay, there we go. All right. Hummingbirds are going to move on to another station. So, no to the hummingbirds. This is another one that's hard for me to say without. Yes. The jackrabbits. There's only one thing I think of when I think of jackrabbit. It's- and it's not athletics. It could. All right. Jackrabbits. We have 10 responses, and we are moving on from the jackrabbits. The jerboa. We had to look this one up. Is this the little mouse thing? So my first thought is if I have to look it up to know what it is, and it's not connected to our continent, let alone our area. All right, so The jerboa is a no. All right. Moving forward. The killer whales. Well, orcas is also on the list. And I was actually going to put them together, but they are different. So, um, I left it this way. Just, I don't
what
know
does
that
it
I
look
want.
like with
Huh?
the colors? What does it look like with the colors? Because killer whales are black and white.
Right. If we were
And-
blue and white, maybe. But even so, I just don't like having the name killer in our, and I have a hard time believing the board would approve that. Um, it is nautical. It's connected to the sea. Get that? We're still waiting. Is it mine for one? Right. Yeah. And then we'd be the Claremont Blackfish. Yeah. One. We're waiting for one. Okay. That's okay. You're also taking notes. I understand. Okay. So we are a majority no for the killer whales. So moving forward, the Knights. I know the Knights, we have a couple schools in the area that are Knights, don't we? Okay, San Diego City College. Isn't there a high school too? Bishops is the Knights. Oh, and we play Bishops a lot. Well, enough. I mean, enough that. No, Kearney's the Comets. Mhm. Yeah. Is that me? We're still waiting for one response. We have 9. Everybody, Jen, did you submit? All right. Oh, there we go. All right, 10. So we have 8 with no, and 1 yes and 1 consideration. So we're going to say no to the Knights. Moving forward, the koi or koi fish. So for those who might not know, we do have a koi pond on campus. And we have the alliteration, the Claremont koi. I love koi. Do I love it enough to make it a mascot? Any the colors definitely work for sure. It'd be a great tattoo. Any I mean there are some I know there are some cool iterations. Yeah. AI, yeah, it's amazing what AI will do. Claremont. Oh, whoops. Did I submit my answer already? Okay. All right. So for the koi or the koi fish, we're split. We've got, but split, but still a majority. No, and just so people know, we have the more time to consider. If there's a balance there, then we would keep it on. But because the majority still is kind of an overwhelming no, we're going to say no to our koi. This is an interesting one. Okay, on to the kraken.
There is slang for cracking people. It's sexual connotation.
Mm-hmm. And also, and a lot of us like this because the physical imagery of a cool, yeah, squid or octopus is cool, but we absolutely would be called the crackheads. So there's that to consider, or the crackers. Yeah. Just it's so other people can hear, but yeah.
Yeah. So this, I agree with the nautical theme. I think it's a strong option with that. My one comment I want to make is that there's not a name on this list or that will come up that we will not come up with something incredibly
Something.
inappropriate about. So I don't think that should necessarily be a deciding factor, except for maybe the Gamecocks. But beyond that, I remember what we called Madison and Mission Bay too. So I don't know that a strong consideration if it's
Yeah.
strong elsewhere.
Other comments or thoughts?
I really like it. I think it works really well from Marston Mariners, Claremont Kraken, the
Mhm.
nautical theme. We can see the ocean. I understand with all of these things, there's going to be some sort of negative connotation as well, but it's what we kind of make it as the school, you know, and how we.
Do we want to keep it as
Yeah,
as a
exactly.
consideration? So everybody, we have 10. Everybody submitted, yes? All right, let's see where we are. Ooh, a pretty even split. So it will be staying on the list for now because the majority is yes, or I need more time to consider. So we will leave the Kraken on the list for now. All right, on to the Labradors. Very cute. Would love to own one, except they shed. Um, I did get a comment, and it has stayed in the back of my head from someone who said that she was at a school where her mascot, and to your point, you know, not to consider everything based on the nickname, but her mascot was a dog of some sort, and all of the girls' teams were referred to as the bitches. So that's something that has stayed in my mind that you know, has made me think differently about, because I even like the Bulldogs, but not if that's going to be something that we hear all the time. So a consideration for sure. Oh, wait, we do have responses. Okay, Labradors, they're lovely, but not for a Claremont mascot. So we are moving on from the Labradors. The next one, the Legion. That's the San Diego team right now, isn't it? Rugby, yeah, yeah. I knew it was something. Not that we can't adopt it because we can duplicate that. It's interesting. I kind of like that it's something a little different. Other thoughts? Yeah, is that what
When you run the mascot through, you know, the
Mhm.
names through ChatGPT, it comes up with like a centurion looking, and that's, you know, UCs. So
mhm.
that
Right.
was my go-to for. I ran everything through a ChatGPT to decide if I liked it or not, just to see if it came up with something. Like the current did not come up with anything. Like it, like
Oh, I've seen
ChatGPT
like
paused
wave
on it.
type stuff, right? What? Okay, we're still waiting for one. I don't think it's me, is it?
I looked it up. It's a military unit associated with ancient Rome.
Okay. There we go. All 10. All right. The Legion. Let's see. We have a split. So what are our thoughts? Because we have majority no, right? So we're crossing out the Legion. Are we all, we good with that? Okay. Moving forward, the Lightning. I like this one for what it's worth. I know we don't have a lot of thunder and lightning, but
It looks like the Chargers for the football team, and I don't like the Chargers.
There's not a whole lot of orange lightning.
oh, it could be orange. Whether it's
Blue
yellow
lightning
or
I've
orange.
seen. I've never seen orange lightning.
All right. Any other thoughts or comments on the lightning? Let's see. Is mine not going through? Okay, there we go. All right. Responses for the lightning. We have a split. So staying on the list for now. So the lightning we will come back to in another discussion. All right. The Lions. Sorry. Lightning stays for now. Yep. The Lions, just as a reminder, because we've gone through so many of these, one of the previous suggestions that is still on the list is the Courage and the physical iteration of the Courage. A lot of it has been in the image of a lion, so a way to use a lion, but not necessarily have the lion be the focus. We don't have a lot of, I know Monte Vista's the Monarchs and they use a lion, but oh, is SCPA the line? Oh, okay. Well, there we go. That's a no. But they're still a high school, yeah. So that is a no. We're still waiting for one response, although we're going to have to go no on this. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're unified. Um, all right, so no on the Lions. The next one, the Live Oaks. I appreciate that we have them in Claremont. Students, is that what you want as your? Do you want to be a tree?
This one kind of goes with the Claremont theme. Like
It definitely
hey,
does.
Claremont roots. You know, you got to have trees. In Tecolote Canyon's filled with oak trees.
Mhm.
There is one other school in the United States with the name Live Oaks. Actually, it's in near San Jose, and they have a cool mascot. It's like an acorn. It looks cool. It would look good with orange and blue.
Makes
then
me
you
think of
just-
Stanford. What's Stanford? Stanford's a cardinal, a tree, right? But it's a tree, a cardinal, a tree. All right, so 10 responses. Let's see where we are with Live Oak. So Live Oak, we have majority no. So we will be moving on from the Live Oaks. Come on, phone. Okay. Next, the lizards. Um, they are. Oh, geckos. It wasn't on here, huh? It just made me think. Of the gecko. I just think lizards make me think of the desert. Make me think of Arizona. Well, yeah, the gecko. All right, lizards is a no, so we'll be moving forward from the lizards. Next, again, these were two different submissions. We can separate them if we feel we should. The mako sharks or the sharks. Do we need to separate them, or could we just go with either? So, sharks. What's the difference between a shark and a mako shark? Gotcha. When I hear the sharks, I mean, I'm aging myself, but when I hear the sharks, I think of West Side Story. The sharks and the jets. Still waiting for two submissions for the sharks or the mako sharks. There we go. We have 10. Okay, interesting. So we are no, but I need more time. So if that's a tie, so it's not tied that way. So I guess it stays on the list for now. So we'll have a discussion about it later. So sharks remain for now. All right, the mammoths. First, I thought that said the moths. The mammoths.
The colors work really well with this one. I actually have artwork for this one.
Are we thinking like woolly mammoth, or are we thinking
Yep.
like a mountain?
And not only that, but the mammoth were
Yeah.
in San Diego historically. They found bones in what, downtown. It would look like this.
The Claremont mammoths.
It would work. And
I was just thinking, like, for a sports team, if you just like mammoths on me, mammoths on three, and it doesn't get cold here ever. Like, it is the exact opposite. Like, it just does not suit Claremont.
The, the mammoths. Oh wait, sorry. My phone keeps. All right, 10 responses in. Let's see. We are a split. A split. So let's see. Wait, no, we're not a split. We're no and we're 6 no and 2 yes and 2. I need more time. So technically, we have majority no. Are we good with crossing it off the list? Yeah. Okay. The manta rays, and again, these are two. The rays were submitted, and the manta rays. Do we feel we need to split these, or can we just vote as manta rays or rays? Bay Park are the stingrays, which is fine. But so yeah, manta rays or rays.
I think of Aquaman's like arch enemy. I don't know what his name is, but from the live action.
Rays, because I'll be also be like sun rays. Unless you go to SeaWorld. Ah, here we go. Okay, so manta rays or rays, we are a split. So we've got enough of more time and yes to keep it on the list for now. So Jen, we're leaving manta rays / rays. All right, the Mets. I get the colors. I don't know that we're in a metropolitan enough area to be considered Mets, but Claremont Mets. What does their mascot look like? It's a ball, right? It's a baseball, yeah. Which is great because they're only representing one sport. We're representing a school and multiple things, so that would be a lot more difficult. All right, so we are in unanimous decision on that one. The monsters, the Claire monsters, okay, which is
I
awesome.
I
But
really want to shoot this one down myself. In the 90s and after that, Claremont students were always called Claremonsters by everybody, and I don't think embracing it is going to make the alumni at all happy because it was negative. Like there were fights, literal fights in the stands over it. I don't think that you're going to make any alumni happy by using
Yeah.
this name.
and just physically an iteration, I think, of Monsters Inc. and what's his name, the big guy, which to me just thinks of like elementary. Yes, that's what I think of. All right, we have responses in, and that is a no to the monsters. Next up, the Mustangs. Do we have Mustangs?
You know what I didn't realize is that Marcy is the Mustangs.
Oh, well,
So the school on our campus.
on our campus is
Is
the
the Mustangs.
Mustangs. So that would be a no. That's funny. You said no to Mets. Oh, got really excited. All right, so the Mustangs. We're still waiting for one response for the Mustangs. Anybody? So we're waiting for one response. Jen, did you get yours in? Okay, there we go. All right, so the Mustangs are a no. On to the next one. This one was weird. We do have one on our campus. I don't quite know how that would be. Even when I pluraled it, it would be the observatories. I don't know how that would be a mascot. I'm sorry for whoever said that. We're not trying to make fun. It's just trying to figure it out. We're still missing one. We're still missing one. There we go. All right. So from the observatory or observatories, we are looking beyond the observatory. Okay. Thank you. The orcas. So we did say no to the killer whales. Here we have the Claremont orcas. Well, we already have anybody like to share any thoughts? All right, so we have 10 responses in, and we are a no. Did you want to share a thought? We have so no to the orcas. We are setting, we are freeing Willie and the other orcas and letting them go. All right, the osprey, the Claremont osprey. It
is a bird. It's a
Mhm.
native bird. They're all over the place, and they are in San Diego. You can go down to the coast and see them all over.
and it's also connected to the military history here as one of the aircraft. Yeah.
And it's a bird,
Yeah.
Alfie. It's a bird.
The best bird option is what's being shared. Right. No hawk because of Madison.
It's not a carrion eater. It hunts, so that it's a hunter.
Yeah, and technically it's a sea hawk, like it's a hawk that hunts over the ocean. So
To connect with our sea,
Yeah.
our
marine-
connection.
marine life. Yep.
All right, so we have responses, and for the osprey, we are yes, moving on. So that will stay on the list. On to the otters. Very cute. Yes, very cute. They hold hands. I know it's very adorable.
Would that be a sea otter?
The kitten of the sea. Yeah, that's a new
The
one. I
sea
haven't
otter.
heard that one. That's adorable. So
My-
otter or sea otter, yes.
Yeah, my elementary school we were the East Bluff Otters.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it does. So yes.
Struck fear
Elementary
into
for sure.
everybody's hearts.
Still waiting for one response. All right, going back to Alfie's childhood, and it was staying there. So otters will stay with you in your childhood memories. All right, so owls, this was a duplicate. We already said, what did we say to the owls? We said no. Okay. The Panthers. So the Claremont Panthers. Well, it's a lot of elementary schools have some sort of cat variation, panther being a common or popular one. Oh, the Mets, the Panthers. Oh, I did not know that. Okay, so Panthers, they don't have sports, but it's still school. Okay, so Panthers are a no. So even though we have a couple yeses in there, we just realized that a school in Unified, the Met, has the Panthers as their mascot. So we are no on the Panthers. Jen, you got that? Yeah. Awesome. Okay. I don't believe so. Bobcats? I don't think so. Oh, yeah, maybe elementary. I mean, I don't think any high schools, but but that's not San Diego Unified. But yeah. All right, pilots. We have the aviators was one of our more popular ones that's on the list. Pilots is similar. So like a boat captain. It makes me think of Lionel Richie. Um, all right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, are they? Really? The pilots? Huh. I wonder how they got to that. Yeah. Uh-huh. So we have in there like Scottish Chief. I mean, one of those is on here, and we'll be voting on it. I think if we can't be what we are now, we want to be something very different. I mean, one of them is on the list, so we can have that discussion when we get to it. Yeah. All right, so pilots, we are a no for the pilots. The pioneers.
We're replacing the chieftains with pioneers.
Very good point. And again, I'm dating myself, but I think of the Oregon Trail, and it's just that game is just burned into my skull. Other thoughts on the pioneers? We've got 10 responses. Right, kind of. Yep. Yeah. No to the pioneers. Moving on, we have the ranchers. Kind of similar. Or same vein, really. Yes, same era. nor do we have many ranches in Claremont. Not anymore. All right, we've got 10 in. All right, so no to the ranchers. The Raiders. For anyone who is born and raised in San Diego, this one might be a tough one to swallow. The Raiders. Well, the Chargers already, they did not make the next. I know some people were very upset that the Chargers, they wanted to try to bring the Chargers back, but I don't know if that's, I don't know if that's going to happen. All right, the Raiders, we are a no for the Raiders. Next one. So the Rays, again, I kind of separate them, but we already moved that one forward, so we don't need a vote on this one. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it could. We have a lot of iterations of that. So when we can separate them for the next round if we feel like we want to separate manta ray from ray. And if you couldn't hear, it was about the iteration of ray being a sun ray connected to the sun, not the sea. The sand dollars. Anybody have this as an elementary mascot? All right, sand dollars. We have 10 responses in. No to the sand dollars. And moving forward, the scorpion or scorpions.
Yeah, I think the Scorpion's okay. They're, I mean, all over. I see them all the time in school. So we could go that.
What
big.
room
Oh, yeah,
are
I see 'em
you
all
in?
the time. They're not as annoying as gophers, but they are as present as gophers.
I can't say I've seen a scorpion either, but I do know they've been spotted on campus, and we've had some run-ins on campus.
Only 23.
Right? All right.
There are
Well,
23 high schools in the United States with scorpion.
that's it. I'm surprised, actually. Where are we? Okay, 10. Let's see where we are. Okay, so that one stays on the list for now. So we have a majority either yes or need more time. So we're keeping it on the list for now. All right. So here we come up with the different iteration of the chieftain. There was the Scottish chieftain, the naval chieftain. That one wasn't submitted, but well, maybe there are so many. But yeah, so the chieftain, Scottish chieftain to me is Helix High School. That's what they are. They're the Highlanders, which is what a Highlander is. I don't know if we want to extend this to just say chieftain, but different iteration of a chieftain. If we want to consider a different iteration of a chieftain, to me,
Like a different mascot. Like keep the name the chieftain, and then
yeah. And I don't
Okay,
know
let's
if
do it.
that would go to me.
we did just play Vincent Memorial for football, and they're the Scots.
Mhm.
So, yeah. But I'm all for keeping the chieftain.
It yeah, I don't have the answer for that, and that's where I would have to defer to the board and district leadership. I mean, I know the term chief is even being removed from some, and not just in our district, but across corporate, or corporate. Yeah, that they're moving away from using that term. So I can't speak directly to this.
I would say, just for my own like thoughts and like our values, is like does the Scottish term represent the whole student body? And if it's a no, then like why is the name even being
Same with
considered?
naval, same with master, and
Yeah.
even master is a word we're not using.
Right. And then
Um,
it also, in addition, like it's not like the indigenous people called themselves chieftains; they had their own language. So it's like still that colonizer language. Even if you trace it back and try to like repair the negative connotation with it, I still think that the fact that Scottish is in front of it just negates the whole name.
Other thoughts, comments? All right, we have 10 responses. Let's see. And if we're talking about just a different iteration of chieftain. So we're a no. So we'll be moving on. If we're going to move on from the chieftain, we're going to move on from the chief and the chieftain. All right, the sentinels. That's what, yeah, right? So someone who stands guard. Isn't that what a sentinel is? The Claremont Sentinels. And what? Oh, a transformer?
Yeah. Just to put it out there, I'm not a fan of this one, but the Claremont Sentinel, I think this probably came from, this was the first newspaper in Claremont was called the Sentinel. So this is
Okay.
probably an older person that is
Gotcha.
trying to bring some historical context back to Claremont. But I
That
don't,
makes sense.
you know,
Yeah,
beyond that, there's not
Yeah.
much there.
that makes sense. All right. Oops, sorry. All right. For the Sentinel? Well, our mascot doesn't need one necessarily, but all right. So where are we? Sentinels is a no. Sentinels is a no. Moving forward, the Stingrays. Wait, that's Bay Park Stingrays, right? Okay, so that's no. So we have Rays, but Bay Park is the Stingrays. So it made me think of Baby Shark too. They're the Stingrays, right? So, and Jen, could you make note of that in the notes that Bay Park are the Stingrays? So we still have Rays on there, but not the Sting version. The Suns. This is one I like. I think it works.
Opposite teams could say, "Look, they're our son. You know, we're putting them down so bad. They're like our kid."
Right. But not an individual. So if you can hear, it works for teams, but not necessarily an individual. Other thoughts or comments? Oh, whoops. Oh, well, we have 10 responses in. Suns, we have 6 yes, 4 no. So staying for now. The sunsets is what? So sunsets. I mean, we do have one of the best ones, a view of one of the best ones, but let's see where we are. Sunsets is a no. So we'll stick with suns for now, but not sunsets. Moving on, the sunshiners. Is that the opposite of moonshiners? Sunshiners. Is that a thing? What? Well, I know, but I was like, is the sunshine or something?
There's a
Any-
group of people online who post videos of like them unclothed out in the sun, shining.
Okay, like sunbathing. Sunbathers, nudist. All right, so we are no on the sunshiners. Moving on, the surf.
What does the mascot look like?
A wave, maybe?
A wave 2 miles away. I mean, that's a big wave. We're nowhere near the water. We are literally 2 miles from.
Well, but yeah, we have the
You can
view of
see
it.
it.
That's what I think we're connecting it to. And obviously there's a heavy, cultural connection with surfing and Claremont. Yes, sir. Claremont Surf Shop, yes. Yeah. The branding. So we have 10, let's see, 10 responses, and we are a majority no. So no for the surf. The surf riders. And my thought, even with the surf and the surf riders, and I know we have, that cultural component, but I just wonder if it represents in the entire student body or just one kind of. And of course, I'm thinking of Spicoli too because I'm dating myself. So,
I'm also thinking about, like you said, about the branding, like that. Like Claremont Surf Shop is one entity, but the Surf Riders that's actually like
a Surf Rider Foundation. Yeah,
so I think
exactly.
That would actually
Yeah.
be an issue.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, even that, I'm like, does it represent the whole? Yeah. All right. So we are a no on the surf riders. Jen, just checking in. You're good. Yeah. Okay. And next we have the sycamores. Do we have sycamores in this area? The Claremont sycamores. I mean, oaks makes sense. Sycamores isn't. Oh, I'm thinking of Syracuse. Where are sycamores?
Sycamores are actually our largest native tree.
Are what
They're our largest native tree
in California?
in San Diego.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day. Oh. Oh, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. that could be what we're the spiky ball. All right, we have 10 responses in, and let's see, we are a majority no for the sycamores. Majority no. The Tecolotes. This is interesting because we are right on Tecolote Canyon. Tecolote is an owl, correct? Thoughts? Anybody want to share?
It'd be a
anything?
culturally appropriated owl. I mean, it's Spanish, and so it would be if owls or fighting owls is out, then this should be too. I would think that I want to shoot down
Jamaica.
the owls. But
It's actually like the indigenous word to them. Yeah. So
okay.
it's not the Spanish
Not
word.
Spanish, but indigenous.
Just for clarification.
Thank you for looking that up. We're still missing one response. Thank you. Okay, and we are let's see, we've got 7 no and one, so no to the Tecolotes. Next up, the Thunder. Did lightning go through? I can't remember. Not that Thunder can't. I was just wondering. I do. Is that a WNBA team, the Thunder, or a
Yeah.
soccer? or
it's
a
the Australian
MLS
male
team?
strippers.
It's
I'm
an-
just
oh,
gonna.
it's the
I'm,
NBA.
not that I've ever been, but it's the Australian
Well,
male strippers.
if we were in Australia, maybe if we were down under, but
I didn't say it; they did.
oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, I knew it was something. Horse, is it? Oh, who? Right. I do like. We have thunder, just not as often. Oh, the storm. I like that. Yeah, you guys are all right. We're still waiting for one. There we go. All right. The thunder is a no. So moving on from the thunder, we have the Thunderbirds. It
There's a lacrosse team. I don't know where, but on the internet, yeah, Halifax Thunderbirds. Just want to point that out. It's a really cool mascot.
Birds is very Native American. There's they use Thunderbird
Almost
imagery
like a
lot.
phoenix, kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's used a lot in Native American stuff, Thunderbirds. So I like it.
I'm not going to say that's a bad thing. I mean, tying to the alumni would, Thunderbirds would work. You get to keep the feathers, obviously, and so it's tying to the Claremont area without really staying with the Indian.
Mm-hmm.
Thunderbirds are
Mhm.
also planes, so military planes.
Mhm.
Thunderbirds.
Waiting for one more submission. All right, where are we here? I need more time. Yeah, so that stays on the list for now. Stays on the list for now. All right, next up we have the tidal wave. Thoughts on the tidal wave? Anyone? No? Or do we have? Hold on. We are no on the tidal wave. Next up, I'm not gonna lie. The Tide or the Tides is one of my favorite ones. I like this one a lot. Claremont Tide, uh, Alabama Roll Tide, Claremont
Crimson
Roll
Tide.
Tide, Crimson Tide. We could
What
be
does it
the-
look like as a mascot, though?
We could be the Orange Tide. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it could be a mammoth.
It could be. It could be. Well, and that's something that, that's part of the discussion. If we want to, we want to have that discussion. Like I said, yeah, could be a mammoth. Could be a wave. Could be yeah. The Claremont Tide. Tide. We are close to it. All right, where are we with the Tide or the Tides? We are looking like that one is staying for now. Staying for now. All right, next up, the Titans. Alfie, who else has the Titans? Okay. Poway, so it's a possibility, just to keep in mind. So it's not in Unified, but it is in San Diego. Is it just Poway or is there someone else? There's no one in South Bay that's a Titan? I feel like they are, yeah. Claremont Titans. That's the Tritons. That's up next. That's the next one. Yeah.
There are 200 high schools with mascot
The Titans. Titans, so we're looking at North County and South Bay, so not super close to us, but sorry, we have 10 in East. Okay, so East Lake and Poway. Where are we with? We have 5 no and 5. I need more to think about, or need more time, and yes, so I think it stays for now. So the Titans stay for now. Next up, the Tritons, which is just up the road at UCSD.
So we're going to be called Little Mermaids. I mean, that's when I think Triton. Well, okay. So
Daddy
so it's
Mermaid,
Alfie with a stick.
Dirty Mermaid.
My old high school was we were the Sea Kings, so he had a Triton with him.
Yeah.
He was Poseidon. So
What's US?
UCSD are the
No,
Tritons.
UCSD is the Tritons. What's
USD are the Toreros.
That's right. That's right. All right, the Tritons. So with the Tritons, we are no is 6, yes, and more time is 4. So that's a no to the Tritons. Next, the Tsunami, the Claremont Tsunami. Be a wave type thing. It is coastal, destructive.
I think it's better than the tidal wave. Again, I just would need to see whatever the mascot would
Right,
be,
what
whatever,
that
you
might
know what
look
I mean? I
like.
need some sort of imagery.
Mm-hmm. All right, still waiting for one. There we go. So tsunami, where are we with the tsunami? Huh. All right. So majority no on the tsunami. So no for that. Moving on, we're getting close to the end here. The Utes. Is that what it is? Okay. I was
can
like,
only-
is it a Utah thing?
just remember the movie My Cousin Vinny, and
The two Utes.
did you say Utes?
The two Utes. So it does seem like it's an indigenous. There's an indigenous connection. Well, yes, that. Yeah. The two Utes. All right. So we are majority no for Utes. The Vistas. We do have a nice one. I don't know what the iteration of the mascot would be for a Vista. It's what? Oh, view. Any comments for Vistas? We've got 10 responses in. And we are now on the Vistas. All right. The Warriors, this is not allowed, so I wanted to have it in there, but this is part of AB 3074. So Warriors is a no.
Can I ask a question?
Yep.
So, is it Warriors with the Native American as a mascot, or is it just Warriors? Period. Like nobody can be Warriors, even
Correct.
if it's
Correct. Like there was even a
Roman warrior.
there was even a
or-
school named because they were the Warrior Eagles and they had to remove Warrior.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. So moving on. On to the Wave Riders. Very similar. Similar to the Surf Riders, the Wave Riders. Again, I think is it representative of all right, Wave Riders, we are, where are we? A majority no. Majority no for Wave Riders. We're coming close to the end here. Claremont Wave or the Waves. Similar to the Tide. I do like this one. We can have there are iterations, there are actual mascots like Wave, Fighting Wave. Is PB Metal the Waves? Which we can. Is it? Yeah. So then I don't know if we could do Wave. Could we do Waves? I don't know that we could. They're not in our cluster, no. And because they're middle school, I don't know if I think we could because they're not in our cluster. And the soccer team. Yeah, we do have the soccer team. All right, we have 10 in. Where are we with the wave or the waves? We are no. Oh, that makes me sad. I like that one. All right. On to the whales.
The girls
saying
are a bunch
anything.
of whales.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah. All right. Still waiting on 2. One more. Is it me? There we go. All right. So whales, we are a no on the whales. The Wolverines. Claremont Wolverines. So I know West Hills is the Wolf Pack. Do you know of any? Do we have a Wolverine in San Diego? I want to say not Mission Hills, but Westview. Isn't Westview the Wolverine? Okay. Yeah, Wolverines, Westview Wolverines. I mean, they're not in Unified, but they're close. Not we don't usually because they're such a large school. Have we? We haven't really played Westview much, have we? Yes. West Hills is the Wolf Pack, and then Westview are the Wolverines. And I feel like there's another one that's just the Wolves, but I could be wrong. Let's see, Wolverines. We are. No, that's a tie. No 5 and yes, and I need more time to consider is 5. So that one looks like it's staying on the list for now. And our last, I think this is our last one. Oh, hey, there we go, the Wolves. What? Oh, Ridgemont in Fast Times. We're the Wolves. I thought they were the Bears. Were they Wolves? Oh. Gray and a top. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So we have 10 in on the Wolves, and we are a no on the Wolves. So 6 no's and 4 everything else. So a no on the Wolves. So, hey, we made it through the list. So we have, I'll just highlight them so they're easier to see. We have the Aviators. We have the Bulldogs. We have the Bulls or the Toros. The Sea Lions. That one's still on there, huh? Okay. The Captains. Here, let me do this. Sure.
We have the Coastals. We have the Courage. We have the Crush, the Currents, the Guardians. We have the Kraken, the Lightning, the Mako Sharks/Sharks, Manta Rays or Rays, Osprey. We have. Did I say the Rays already? Rays, Scorpions, Suns, Thunderbirds, Tide/Tides, Titans, and the Wolverines.
Down to 21. Oh, sorry. So thank you. For the town hall in November, we will start with our new list. So a new list of the 21 that have made it through the chopping block of 105 suggestions. We are now down to 21, and so we'll start the process over with that shorter list. We might have a little bit more discussion with some of them and maybe look at some possible visuals as well. So thank you all for being here. The next meeting is November, I want to say 7th. What is it? November 5th. November 5th, Wednesday, November 5th. We'll start chipping away at the 21 that are making up our new list. So thank you all for being here.